All right, so this year, since earlier this year, I've checked the calendar to see exactly how long I've been doing it. But since just this calendar year, the past, let's generically call it 6 months, I've lost about 55 pounds. It's now officially been 25 kilos lost. So earlier this year, beginning of the year, I weighed 109 kilos, which is around 240 pounds. I now weigh I'm sorry, I weigh 84 kilograms now, which is around 185 pounds. So 55 pounds lost, or 25 kilos. Losing weight, burning body fat, is probably the easiest thing you can do. It's just part of being human. It's a natural side effect of being human if you simply don't consume too many calories. I mean, that is the secret that everyone wants to avoid and get around is, oh man, I wish I could lose weight. Like, well, then eat less. The whole reason why our bodies store fat is as an energy reserve so that we can continue to live and function when food is not available. So if you have your base level of calories that everybody burns just to wake up in the morning and be alive, then it doesn't matter if you have a manual labor job or more of a sedentary lifestyle like a desk job, or it doesn't matter if you go to the gym 6 days a week or once a week. It doesn't matter if you're into weightlifting or marathoning or patty cake. It doesn't matter. Whether you're burning 2,000 calories a day through being awake and alive in your lifestyle, or you're burning 4,000 a day, it doesn't matter. Everybody's body functions the same way, which is you require calories. You're burning calories to stay alive and to fuel whatever your activity is. If you consume more calories than you burn, then your body will store the excess, the additional calories for later use. It stores it as fat so that they're there as a reserve later if you need it. And if you do not consume enough calories, if you burn more calories in a day than you happen to consume that day, then your body but still has to burn the calories. There's no way around it. Let's say, for example, you burn 3,000 calories that day. It's not an arbitrary or made up thing. If you did 3,000 calories worth of life that day, if you required 3,000 calories to be burned in order to do whatever you did, then your body burned 3,000 calories. And if you simply did not consume 3,000 calories worth of food, then it had to come from somewhere. Oh, came from literally the only place, because it can't suck calories out of thin air. It burned them from the only source that it had available since you didn't consume them, which is body fat. And it's that give and take. Some days, maybe you eat more than you need, so you gain a little fat. Other days, you don't eat quite enough, so your body burns that fat. It's basic, like human survival. It's how we have, one of many ways we've been able to survive and thrive as a species on every continent on the planet for tens or hundreds of thousands of years. When somebody has a lot of excess body fat, it's not a mystery. It's not genetics. It's not, oh darn, luck of the draw. You've consumed too many calories on a regular basis for an extended period of time. And even if you only consume an extra 100 calories per day over what you burned, that 100 calories is still going to be stored somewhere. It has to go somewhere. It doesn't just vanish. You consumed it, it's in your body, and then you didn't burn it. It's leftover fuel, so your body stores it. It's what it's supposed to do for survival. And I forget the exact math on how many calories converts to. So I'm thinking about too many things at once, so forgive me. This is just for illustration purposes anyway. If your 100 calories extra only yields itself to 10 grams of body fat being stored, okay, but if you do that consistently every day, well, after 10 days, that's 100 grams of body fat. But after 100 days, that's a kilogram of pure body fat, not water retention, not some muscle, pure body fat. 2.2 pounds, 1 kilogram of pure body fat. Times that by 3.65 for a year, 8 pounds of pure body fat, nearly 4 kilos, 3.65 kilos or 8 pounds of pure body fat by the same time next year. After 10 years, you've added 80 pounds of fat to your frame, pure body fat. It doesn't matter if you're consistently eating just 100 calories too much per day, eat less. Simple as that. Before, like full stop, you've watched enough of the video, that's the answer. Just eat less. No matter what you've told yourself, no matter what you've convinced yourself, you can make excuses to everybody else. You can even try to make excuses to yourself, but you can't make excuses to the laws of physics. You can't make excuses to your body. Your body is an honest machine. It gives out whatever you put in. If you're putting in too many calories, it's going to store those calories. And you're going to look like somebody who consumes too many calories on a regular basis. Like, that's simple as that. Here's my very basic approach. For me, my biggest problem I've had has just been consistency. I have been so devoted and so single mind focused on how can I be a good husband and a good father that my fitness stuff takes a back seat. So, I might want to go to the gym 6 days a week and I can keep that up for a few weeks and then I just can't take it anymore. I don't want to be away from my kids that often because I already have to work all day. And then after being at work all day, I just want to see my kids. I want to spend time with my family. I want us to hang out and do things together. Even if it's just the boring nothingness, I want to be with my family. That's the priority. That's where I get my enjoyment from. So I'm not going to be like I was when I was younger and say, screw it, gym every day or gym 6 days a week. I like training every day. It's actually what I prefer. I enjoy being in the gym every day, but I don't do that anymore. And that's not sustainable for me because that's not my number one priority. So that's the first thing. Hold on, I gotta do another set. So when it comes to my approach to workouts now, how do I get the frequency that I want to get, where I can develop movement patterns and keep the neurological adaptations fresh and stimulated by doing movement patterns frequently, but also on top of the frequency, how can I get enough total volume throughout the week for each muscle group, big and small, and make sure that I am effectively hitting everything, I'm not leaving anything out, but be in the gym as little as possible. And the result is full body workouts. So for a few months now, I've been just doing full body workouts 3 days a week. Sometimes I'll skip a day. I feel like I need a little extra rest. Okay, 2 days a week. I'll just do it Monday and Friday. But most of the time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body workout. The next thing is a cardio. How do I make sure that I'm doing cardio multiple days a week, again, without spending 6 or 7 days a week in the gym? Well, I tack my cardio onto the beginning and end of my workouts. When I come into the gym on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, before anything else, as you saw a minute ago, the first thing I do is I hop on the treadmill. I'll do a fast-paced walk at a low incline every day, every day before the workout, 3 times a week. And then at the end of the workout, do the same thing, fast-paced walk on a low incline. There's my weight training. There's my cardio. The next is supplementation. I don't take any special supplements. I have more recently gotten back to taking a type of creatine. I take creatinine. I've taken old school creatine monohydrate here and there over the years. It's never been consistent, but I do take creatinine. I take probably, I don't know, 3 grams a day, something like that. But I take that, and for years now, I have taken a triple magnesium complex every night before I go to bed. So I take a magnesium supplement. It has 3 different types of magnesium in it every night before bed. And trying to think, I think that's about it. There's no special diet. I have never been big on eating breakfast. Just, I'm not hungry in the morning. And if I try to force feed myself, I'll feel sick. So it's not through some sort of strategic planning. I just don't eat breakfast because I don't want to. For lunch, as part of my job, my boss, the company provides lunch every day. It's always from some local restaurant. This is Asia, so we get a little bento box, and every day it's different. But it's a small little single serving. It's a bento box, for the average person. It's a good balance of carbs and protein and fat and whatever else. So I eat the bento, and that's my lunch. And then during the day, because it's very convenient here in Taiwan, there's convenience stores everywhere. I might buy throughout the day, random times, I'll buy a couple of little cartons of a fresh soy milk. It's a good low calorie way to get in some extra protein. And if I do that, let's say twice randomly throughout the day, that means now randomly on top of my lunch, I've gotten in an extra 40 grams of protein and maybe only added an additional 400 calories to my diet for the day. The thing is I don't really count calories. Like I said, it's all common sense stuff. So there's no certain foods that I avoid, or there's no special diet. I eat carbs, I eat fats, I eat protein. I'll eat any type of meat or soy or tofu. I don't care. I just I'm just being kind of as common sense as possible. With the idea being, the whole crescendo here is that I'm very lucky in that I'm married. I have a wonderful wife, wonderful kids, great home, and part of that is that my wife cooks for me. I'm lucky, and I'm not going to argue with that. And I'm never going to say no to a meal that she's made me. So no matter what she provides me as a dinner, I'm happy to have it. I'm appreciative, and I want to be able to eat it and enjoy it. It's going to be harder for me to enjoy that dinner if I've been slacking off on my diet all day. It's by keeping my calories as low as possible throughout the day and also keeping my protein as high as possible. That means if it comes to dinner time and there's actually not a ton of protein, I don't stress. It's okay. I had a lot of protein throughout the day. Or if I get to dinner time and it's actually a pretty high calorie meal with lots of crazy stuff in it, I think it's okay. Most of the meals that she makes me are not this crazy. They're not this gluttonous. They're not this high calorie. So every once in a while is okay. Plus, I had very little calories today. I kept my calories minimal. So this kind of bridges that gap. So it all works out. It all basically evens out. That's the approach to diet. I eat whatever I want. I just make common sense food choices. I prioritize keeping the calories as low as I reasonably can, and I get in as much extra protein as I can reasonably without killing myself. And that's it, actually. I've got multiple more exercises to do. I got to finish working my entire body, but I've run out of stuff to tell you between these sets. So, a recap: only train 3 days a week. Only do cardio as a warm up and a cool down on training days. I don't have a crazy supplement regimen. I don't do any drugs. And I don't have a special diet. It's not paleo. It's not carnivore. It's not vegan. It's not keto. It's none of those things. It's just called eating like an adult. Like, make common sense food choices. And I think that's what people have a hard time with, is that there's no magic to it. There's no secret ingredient. There's no one easy trick. It's just have common sense and have some discipline. Burn more calories than you consume. And of the calories you consume, prioritize protein. I am going to take off my shirt, do a little pose down in a minute. Like, I very frequently train with no shirt on, just shorts, and that's it, because I'm old school and I like it. But I don't do that in most of my videos because I don't want to come across as that douche who's aspiring to be someone's thirst trap. So I've done such a good job with a 360-degree lighting around this gym It's very bright and coming from every direction. That I'm recording with my phone or my action cam, the result is that I look washed out and I have you can't see any sort of definition. Like in reality, here in person in the mirror, I see all sorts of definition and I look great. And then I watch these videos and I just look bland and smooth and flat. So today, for the first time, probably this year, especially since I've been at this weight, I'm going to turn off the normal gym lighting. I'm going to put on my overhead light and just kind of see how I'm looking. I'm going to be as surprised as you. I have no idea. I haven't tried yet. So this might be a huge win or it might be embarrassing as hell. We'll see. Sorry, I was saying I love the dumbbell clean and press. It always just feels great. And I can't see the screen or anything, so I don't know if I'm centered. I need to get closer or farther. I don't know how this looks. We'll see. Oh, my shirt's stuck. Back up a little bit, maybe. But too far forward, too far back. Not sure what I need to do here. Let's see. That's funny when I breathe. I'm saying, like, when I'm just standing there normal, I look all right, at least from that mirror over there. I don't know how it looks in the mirror or in the camera. And even without flexing my abs, just by breathing and talking, I can see all right definition. But again, I don't know if I should step more to one side or the other. I don't know. I don't know all the lighting games that other people have figured out. Should I step forward? And it's too much shadow. If I step too far back, not enough shadow. That. All right. Yeah, not too bad. I am going to go ahead and try some of this dumbbell clean and press with the overhead light. Maybe that'll look awesome. And if it does, you can bet your ass I'm going to clip it and put it on Instagram.